Hey everybody, my name is Colin, and I'm going to show you what I eat in a day. I probably put somewhere in the title that I lost 55 pounds so far. Still got a few to go, very close to my goal weight, and I got there 100% through calorie counting. It's kind of tedious, it's boring, but it's math. It just works. Because I am calorie counting, I'll probably be talking about calories throughout the video. I will weigh and measure my ingredients for the most part. So if you're not interested in that, you might want to just skip this one. If you couldn't tell based on camera angle or whatever, I am very short. I am 5'3", so my calorie limit is probably a little bit lower than someone who is much taller or, more active than I am, because I don't do a lot of exercise. I walk sometimes, no more than, maybe a couple miles a day, if that. My, lower limit of a calorie intake is about 1,500. That's pretty low still. I usually go over 1,500, but I use the app Chronometer, and I have it set as 1,500 just to give me hey, this is your low bar, and I usually go over it. My kind of calorie limit, my TDEE, which I believe is total daily energy expenditure, is around 1,800. So I find it's just as long as I'm under 1,800, I'm good. I'm golden. One more disclaimer, because anytime you put your eating habits on the internet, people will come for you. I don't claim to be 100% eating healthy all the time. I definitely eat a lot healthier than I used to, but I treat myself. I just treat myself in moderation. Today is one of those days where I'm going to treat myself a couple times. I've already planned for it, accounted for it, because I typically plan my day of eating. I at least have a brief outline, a general outline of what I'm going to be eating. One more disclaimer. I am not even remotely trying to give any kind of diet, weight loss, health, etc. advice. I'm not an expert by any means. There are certainly places I could improve in my routine. I recognize that. I'm working on it. I just wanted to give you kind of a little, just a little glimpse into my life, and I personally really like what I eat in a day videos, so yeah. Come along! It is 10:32 now, and I'm just heating up some olive oil. I used to measure my oil religiously. I'm not as religious about it anymore because I pretty much know what the measurements look like. This is about a teaspoon of oil. It's just kind of spread around now. Oil will get you. It's very caloric. It's let me see what mine is. 1 tablespoon is 120 calories. So I got about a third of that. Oh, I didn't even tell you what I'm making. Psst. I'm just making a fried egg on one slice of wheat bread. I'm going to put a little bit of Colby Jack cheese on it, and I'm also going to have 1 slice of butterball turkey bacon. Don't come for me. I know people hate turkey bacon. It's definitely not as good as pork bacon, but I'm heating up my George Foreman grill, which is absolutely the better way to eat it. It is not as good in the microwave. And there she is. The cheese I added was about, I'd say, 1/8 of a cup. Chronometer says that this little breakfast is about 260 calories. Hello again, I'm back for lunch, and I'm gonna make myself a little salad. I have an avocado. I'm probably just gonna eat that by itself and not in the salad because it's a little too squishy for a salad. But I am gonna weigh everything. I already have my scale tared. So that is a 68 grams. My cucumber is 89 grams. I'm just gonna chop up a couple of carrots, 17 grams. A couple of strawberries, 30 grams. Cherry tomatoes, see if I can actually do this one-handed. Please come out. me and myself in high school. Oop. Okay, 37 grams. Okay, now that everything is washed and chopped, I don't really add a salad dressing, but what I really like to do is put some feta cheese crumbles on my little salad. I'm aiming for about 15 grams. There is my beautiful salad. It's very simple. I don't really like leafy salads. So my avocado, I just put a little sprinkle of lemon juice on it, and I'm just gonna eat it with a spoon. The calorie count for my lunch, by the way, was only about 150 calories, and that is not what I'm eating until dinner. I'm gonna have more before dinner, just so no one thinks I'm just eating like a bird all day. I like to space things out, eat kind of light throughout the day, and then just have a larger dinner. So I was in the middle of eating lunch, like literally my lunch is still here, unfinished. I just remembered I was gonna prep dinner because I'm going to be using the crock pot for dinner, and it is 1:30 and I need it to be ready by like 7-ish. I have some chicken breast, and I have, I'm gonna soak it in vegetable broth, probably a little water also, just so it's not like super brothy. And then I have some potatoes. I'm gonna chop those. And what I have in mind is to do kind of a homemade KFC chicken bowl kind of situation, with like corn and gravy and cheese. Okay, so 264 grams for the chicken, and I might not eat all of that. I'm definitely not going to eat all the potatoes. I have 3 big, good-sized potatoes, and I'm going to make mashed potatoes with these, but I am going to let them cook in the crock pot. 486 grams. Okay, so I'm just going to cook her on low for about 6-ish hours. So I'm gonna eat dinner probably about 7:30 by the time everything's said and done. So we'll come back to her later. Now I feel like I need a hug, so I'm having one. 24 calories. Okay, so here's like lunch part 2. It is currently a little after 2:30. I have 24 grams of more cherry tomatoes because they're really good. A slice of mozzarella cheese that I just kind of divided, and 15 grams of cashews. So that little snack is about 150 calories also. I guess that's kind of normal for me since I do usually tend to have a large dinner because I like to feel full when I go to bed. I still have quite a few calories to play with. I'm getting dental work done tomorrow, and and today's Thursday, tomorrow's Friday. I usually get coffee on Friday, like go get a fancy coffee out. But since I'm getting some fillings, I'm probably not gonna have hot liquid up on my teeth, so I think I'm gonna do that today. And since I'm going to like a local coffee shop that doesn't have calories listed anywhere, I usually use the Chronometer listing for a cafe latte with flavored syrup, which is usually what I get. And that lists at about 287 calories. So give or take, obviously, I'm not gonna know for absolute certain, but that's the entry I always use, and it hasn't steered me wrong in the like almost year and a half that I've been losing weight. So that'll be it until dinner. So I get a fork at 5, I'll have my coffee, and I'm gonna do a little grocery shopping. And then hopefully by the time I get home, I can show you my little homemade KFC bowl. Okay, so it's 8:30. I was out so much later than I anticipated, but I had my coffee. I didn't film it because it's just awkward to film in public, but just know it was delicious and the shop is adorable. Oh, I also had one more hug before I left, and I logged that also. I also got some Valentine's candy on clearance because today is the day after Valentine's Day. Sorry, I'm out of breath. I just lugged a bunch of groceries upstairs. Anyway, so I'll probably dig into that a little bit later too, and I'll let you know what I got. Okay, so I strained out my potatoes from the crock pot, and oh man, they smell so good. So they've been cooking, marinating in the veggie broth with the chicken and all the seasonings. I'll probably add just a little bit more seasoning just in case. And I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of butter and a 1/4 cup of milk. I realize it says February 6th on there, but I smelled it and it smells fine. And I've also got some gravy. I don't really keep gravy on hand. I feel like that's like a holiday thing for me. So I'm probably gonna measure out, let's see, 1/4 cup. There's no way I'm gonna eat a 1/4 cup of this. I might do like 1/8 of a cup. And so that'll be 10 calories, that's whatever. And I've already got my corn cooking. I don't add any oil or butter or anything to my veggies usually. Like when I just cook them on the stove, I just add a little water, let them steam, and then season the heck out of them, which I already have done. While I'm giving the butter a second to melt in my potatoes, I just wanted to mention, in case it wasn't clear, I weighed my ingredients before I cooked them, because just when you cook things, especially meat and vegetables, potatoes and stuff like that, there's a lot of fluid exchange going on there, and not the fun kind. So it's just easier to actually keep accurate calorie count by weighing, measuring, those kinds of things pre-cooked. And then for me, I use the recipe feature in Chronometer for my mashed potatoes, and I'll just weigh the mashed potatoes. I have entered 200 grams in Chronometer already, so I'll just aim for that whenever I scoop out my mashed potatoes later. And I decided, since the chicken, it looked really big, but since I have been letting it cook, it's shrunk a lot, so I probably will go ahead and eat all of that chicken, and I already logged that also. Okay, so here's my bowl. I tared it and measured the cheese. This was the last thing I measured. Serving size is about 28 grams, so measured that. The corn, I know it looked like kind of a lot. I only ate like half of it. I just wanted to cook what was left in the bag of frozen corn. Turned out to be about 30 grams. So yeah, here's what the bowl looks like, and I'll be right back with the calorie count. Okay, so I added all of that meal into Chronometer, and it was about 690 something calories, can round up to 700. Everything I've eaten for the whole day so far is 1,567, which is kind of on the low end. I can go up to 1,800. I'm usually aiming from around 1,600 to 1,700. So I probably will get to dig into some of those clearance Valentine's goodies after all. As a side note, now that I mixed it up, this looks so disgusting, but it hits so good. I love a meal that just looks like slop. I was thinking also, I mentioned I went grocery shopping, and one thing that I like more than what I eat in a day is a grocery haul. I don't know, maybe I'll do something like that sometime. I think what I'm realizing about myself is that I like food and I'm nosy. Even though I'm not gonna eat most of these, I did think it would be fun to show you what I got on clearance. I got my kryptonite, which is these just grocery store frosted chocolate. These are chocolate sugar cookies. I usually just get the sugar cookies. That looks really good, but these are 160 calories per cookie, so I will not be eating those tonight. These Queen Anne cherry cordials are for my mom, so no snitching. Honestly, I think those are disgusting, but good for her. I got some Andes mints. I also really love those. And bag of Hershey Kisses. Honestly, I think I'm just gonna have a few of those. Chronometer says 4 of them is about 98 calories. So yeah, I think that's gonna be all I eat today. It is the end of the day. I showered, which is why I'm looking like the Mona Lisa with no eyebrows. But yeah, I'm gonna have my 4 kisses while I sit in my craft room, doing some crochet, watching some YouTube. As I've come to the end of my day, I realize I left a lot of things out that I felt would have gone better in an intro, but better late than never. I mentioned I lost 55 pounds, but I never mentioned like my starting weight or like anything else related to that. My starting highest weight before I started my like weight loss journey was 200 pounds, which might not sound like a ton to some people, but keep in mind I am short. Like I mentioned, I'm 5'3", so 200 pounds on my frame is quite obese. Now I'm down to about 143. My ending calories for the day was like 1660 something. I'm gonna put the number up because I'm filming on my phone, and once I go back to the app, it'll stop filming, and I don't feel like messing with that. So that's well within my calorie range of between 15 and 1800 calories. That's a pretty typical day for me. Honestly, sometimes in the evenings I get really snacky, and that is why I wait so late to eat dinner. It was a little too late today, I think. I was kind of feeling a little jittery, probably blood sugar dropping, whatever. Feel a lot better now. I feel very full. That like homemade KFC bowl was like intense. I feel like I ate a brick. I'm still gonna eat the 4 kisses though. It's been a little while. It's been like an hour or so since I ate dinner. Feeling good. Gonna enjoy the rest of my night, and I thank you so much for coming with me on my little adventure of what I eat in a day.